Hello, I thought I would do a love reading. Now, I was going to do the love reading with I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the Crow and the Crow Tarot for the masculine. And then I'm going to use Mystical Moments for the feminine, and this will be the clarifier. Okay. Oops. And I will use this, I don't know, bridging energy or however I felt directed to do so. I really like this deck. So we are going to, in almost every deck they have a card that has this stuff on it, and every so often I'm like, how could I use this? Should I put, I was gonna say should I put karmic, but I have a Kabbalah deck, and there's a card that comes up. And when the card comes up, it means ask no more questions about this particular thing. So I think I'm going to use cards like this as a don't ask any more questions about a particular thing. So I like to use all the cards that come with the deck. So we are going to attempt to do a romance reading, okay? About where your energy is and where your person's energy is. So, dear God, thank you for allowing me to be here to do this reading. I pray that you clean these cards, remove any negative energy, previous readings on it. Now listen, I don't have to do that. The cards are cleared once I ask. But there is something to be said about letting the aroma of this frankincense. This is Black Hajari frankincense. I love the smell. I love it. Okay, so let's get going. I'm hearing we're going to start with the masculine. Okay, so let us go. So God, thank you for making this a clean, clear, holy space, and let the messages come down as they need to. Let me be a receptive tool. I thank you for all the guidance and the assistance, and just how you continue to allow me to do this, how you continue to bless me. And I pray that the way in which you bless me translates to the viewer, and it gives them insight, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and the knowledge on how to apply what it is that they're learning. Feminine. Oh, hold on. That's Oracle. This is Tarot. So we're not going to use this yet for the feminine. This is going to be the feminine Oracle. Okay. I hope that you're doing well. Okay. White Rose of Hope. To the moon and back. When I see that, I think I love you to the moon and back. But this White Rose of Hope, I almost feel like the feminine is losing hope. And the masculine, okay, is not really doing much except observing. And yeah, you feel isolated, honey. That's true. That is the truth. Now, these two fell out. I am going to keep them kind of, well, I don't even want to say they're clarifiers because that's what the tarot is for. I'm hearing one more for the masculine. Okay, one more for the masculine. Can I make this bigger? Yeah, there. So that we can get everything in frame. That's helpful. One more card for the masculine, please. Major theme for the masculine, how they're feeling, their energetic body, their aura. Another card to explain what is going on with the masculine, please. Oh, okay, wow. What came out was displacement, warning, and sacred space. Okay. stack. We'll put that there. We'll put all of that there. So first it was observation. Was it observation first? No, it was isolation first. I just turned over the observation because it was right there. And so we have displacement, warning. Can I push you back? And then sacred space. We're just going to put it there. Okay. So that is the masculine side. This is the feminine side. That might be better. Yeah. And then I want to pull these cards for the connecting energy between them. I don't know if I'm shuffling tonight. Maybe because I've been doing tarot almost all day today. Ooh. I'm going to change this layout a bit. I almost feel, I'm not sure why, isolation, observation, displacement, warning, sacred space. I feel just off the bat that the masculine is a spider in this picture and he's being watched by the divine. The divine has put the masculine in a space of isolation so that they can, it's kind of like coming to themselves, come to their own sense. Because they have been displaced. They've received many messages, insights, synchronicities, which they want to dismiss, they try to dismiss, but they know there is some truth to it. There's also a coldness, and they're outside in the rain. They're not in there. What is it that they call, like when all the birds get together in a coop, right? Like this bird is not with their people. This bird is homeless, if you will, which connects to this displacement. Currently, the masculine seems to be reaping, or my dad would say, if you make your bed hard, you line it hard. If you make your bed soft, you line it soft. The masculine has created a hard bed. He's violated the sacred space. Okay. We'll put like that. That's probably a better layout. Then we have the feminine here. She wants to remain hopeful. She really does. There's such a deep and beautiful love here. When I see this like a bird, I'm thinking of Nelly Furtado. I'm like a bird, I want to fly away. Y'all know that song. I don't know where my home is. I don't know where my soul is. I'm like a bird, I want to fly away. I'm going to pull one more card so that the energies are even. One more card for the feminine, please. The feminine energy. One more card for the feminine energy. Is there one more card for the feminine energy? Like a bird, rose garden. There's transformation that's there. Roses are gentle, but you know, I did another reading that even though roses are gentle, they have thorns, and they have thorns for a reason. Oh, the thorn is protective. These two cards popped out. The Morning Dew Girl and Can You Hear Me? Can you hear me? I'm gonna put those two there. This is a lot. Okay, we're gonna work to unpack it. And so these are the connecting energies between the masculine and the feminine. So there is the Four of Swords, rest, recovery, peace, silence, stillness, dream space. There's the Eight of Wands, where there is some news coming in. You could be receiving news, downloads, information, understanding, ideas, revelations in that dream space where you're recovering. The Tower, right? So that's release, renewal, transformation, breaking down of strongholds, be it financial, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. There's a shift. I'm hearing one more card here. One more. So let's do that. Can I get one more card that shows the connecting energy between the two of them? Because they are experiencing, you know, I almost want to say a divide, but that divide that they're experiencing is more, to me, emotional than anything else. There is a gap here. Hold on. There is a gap. There. Let's see. Eight of Wands to the Seven of Wands. They may wish to communicate with you because we're going from good news. That's some kind of communication, but the conversation might be challenging. There's a requirement to be vulnerable in this conversation that may very well take place. The conversation is going to set some things right or wrong, right? Meaning there'll be clarity. Some of the information revealed may be shocking. Is there one more card here for me? For the connecting energies, is that possible? Ooh, this is so interesting. This is so interesting what I'm seeing here. Huh. Let me see something. This is an interesting read. Is there one more card for the connecting energies, please? Is there one more card, God? Is there anything else? Or, okay. Two of Swords, choice, decision, yes. Yes, okay, here we go. Let me get some water. Oh, I feel pain. I feel pain and disappointment. A bit of indecision. A lot of indecision. There's like this desire that both parties have, but they're having difficulty bridging the gap. It's almost like they're both kind of buried in their own pain, their own hurt. The feminine, oh wow. For the most part, her back is to the masculine if we look here. Back, 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 back. And this morning dew girl, the feminine is tired of being the morning dew girl. In this card, this feminine goes around and she collects the dewdrops from the plants. You know, in the morning there's dew on the plants. It's like collecting tears, collecting the sorrows. You may be tired of carrying this. You may be weary. This is not a happy face. She's not happy about this at all. You know, in the beginning you do it, there's that intuition, that guidance. She's the only card that's looking back. Her bird is looking back that way. I almost feel like I want to say the feminine on some level might feel like she's drowning. Look at the seashell here. That all this collecting of the dew, of these drops, of these... Geez, it's not even collecting the masculine's tears, it's her own tears. I feel also that in the dream space, the feminine in some way, like there is telepathic communication here. There are synchronicities between the two of you. It's very clear. The feminine understands. Wow. The feminine is willing to go into the dream space in order to get the answers that she needs. The masculine is not. He's isolated. Now look at this. When I look at these cards, the masculine is isolated and the feminine has this white rose of hope. So let's take a look. Where's the book? And see what that card means. Where's that book? Okay. Number 30, White Rose of Hope. Yeah, so she's trying to keep her hope. Darkness surrounds her, but a shining white rose glows like a beacon and illuminates the night. Maybe this woman is lost. She's uncertain about her feelings, yet thanks to the light of the flower, she can find her way. White roses symbolize hope, new beginnings, admiration, young love. There are exciting times ahead. This feminine is in the process. If she has not yet already made the decision, she's about to make a decision to move forward. This arrow, this traveling, this looking for good news, this moving towards the hope, this coming away from the darkness is what she's doing, this hope for clarity. Because at the present time, there seems to be none for her in this situation. Right? Because the white rose of hope matches in a way the isolation that the masculine is currently experiencing. I'm hearing that he's out of sorts. The masculine is realizing that some of the choices that they made have put them in this lonely predicament, this place of isolation. And don't get me wrong, he has other friends who practice this isolation, this displacement. So he's not alone in this kind of behavior, but he's alone right now and feeling his particular pain over this situation. There's a saying in the Bible where you're allowed to, God will give you over to yourself. Only so often, God will try and show you. She will try and show you the way, guide you and all that kind of stuff. And you don't want to hear, you don't want to listen. God's like, fine, go on ahead. The masculine is lying in the bed that they created and not enjoying it at all. They're not even lying in the bed they created because they don't have a bed. They don't have a place. They're displaced. They're making do. It's not my intention to make this biblical, but also I think John denied Christ 3 times. The crow will caw 3 times before the morning or whatever. There's a warning to this masculine that they really honestly. There's 2 things that they need to heed. Or this warning is coming because they've violated a sacred place and they know that they have. It's not that they don't know. they understand that the loss, that the difficulty, that the challenges, that the displacement, the isolation, the loneliness, and sadness is a result of their actions, their words, their behavior, their choices. They know this. They know this. This isolation is also a form of the masculine's recovery. It is, in a way, a hermit vibe. And I just looked down and I looked at this card, this observation card. And there's that saying, how does it go? Oh, what a web we weave when we practice to deceive. And there's a lot of, this card is coming several ways. There's the masculine is looking at himself and his choices and how he's got himself caught up. Divine is looking down at the masculine and seeing at the choices that they've made, right? That they've actually put themselves in a vulnerable spot. Because also, if you take the card literally, crows eat insects. And there's this spider in a web who's caught a few insects of his own, but there's a bigger threat to him. There's a bigger threat. Ooh! It's a spiritual threat. You understand? The masculine has, maybe collected some bodies, done some things that, were not kind, disregarded people, most specifically disregarded his feminine. God is overseeing this, the violation of the sacred space, but also the masculine's higher self is also observing his maneuvers and behaviors too, and is trying to warn the masculine. Whether they're hearing or not, we don't know. As a matter of fact, I believe they do hear, but they try to drown. They try to drown it out. They try to ignore it. So what's interesting is this white rose of hope. There's a sense of hopelessness with this darkness, and this isolation is a lot for the masculine to bear. A lot. Sorry, there used to be a thing I thought where I could. Okay, maybe not. I thought you could put like special effects and oh, well, we don't want to be that big. That's too big. Oh, is this it? Not sure. Sorry, folks. I just want to see if there's a way to make this brighter. Like these two sides, especially this side is a bit dark. Okay. The white rose of hope. She's trying to have hope. So it's twofold. She has hope for her future, but she does not have hope for the situation with the masculine. She wants to, but I think it's been a long road. She's resting from it. And the way things are now, she's had to take a pause and recover. Like, she's being enlightened by this white rose as to the current reality, the current state of this relationship. And it requires courage on her part. It's been a challenging situation. It's been challenging for both of them, to be very honest. It has been spiritually challenging for the feminine. And it has been materially, physically challenging for the masculine, right? And what's going to happen here, you're going to see, is that the feminine is going to try and forge her way into the more material world, in a sense that starting a new relationship, new job, new friends, finding new hobbies, to take her away from this situation. The masculine is going to be forced to come to himself, and he's going to move from being material to becoming more spiritual, to help him ease the difficulty that he is currently experiencing. And this tower has rocked them both. The realizations, the information, the downloads, the upturning of the foundation has affected them both. And so this is what we mean by, in a way, mirroring. I don't believe that we mirror our twins all the time. I just don't. There's some things that we're doing that we're not. It might not be exactly the same. It may show up differently, yes, but I don't always believe that they are the reflection of us all the time. I just don't. I don't. But a lot of the time, yes. Every time, no, not at all. I also think the feminine is tired of talking to the masculine about this. Right? The can you hear me? Do you hear me? How many times do I have to talk to you about this? The feminine is also calm because she's come to a realization. Did I not say this is supposed to be a love reading? Love ain't easy, folks. It's not always easy. Wow. This masculine feels so out in the cold. He is physically cold. Like literally. Let us take a look at this displacement card. There's my interpretation, and there's, kind of what the book says. And I want to make sure that I'm pulling out everything that I possibly can for you. I don't know, where's that book? Okay. So displacement 13. Says here that when a crow is angry, it can't always take out its anger on the source, as it may be gone or too significant a threat. Needing a release, crows will express their displeasure at times. Yeah. So it says here that there's a lashing out. So if we look here at this, there's a can of garbage. And they're going in the garbage. They're throwing the garbage on the car. It could be that the masculine, is lashing out at someone or taking out their frustration on someone that's innocent, an innocent bystander, because they're feeling a level of powerlessness. And I think some of that displacement, some of that anger has been directed towards the feminine. Be it by ghosting, silent treatment, intentionally getting with other people to get under her skin, calling her names, insulting her. They do that. It says here, when displacement appears, you may need to consider if you are confronting the source of your anger or just looking for an easy target. And the feminine oftentimes is an easy target. And you know who the source of their anger is? Themselves. And they know that in the quiet moments. To me, this displacement card is also about distraction. And so if they can't go after the target they want, they go after the lesser target, or they might be participating in, because this is also death to me, 13, right? Death. What was I going to say? It could be some kind of addiction here, right? Drinking, partying, hanging out with a crowd that is really not beneficial to them. They're not operating in their emperor energy. They're really not. What's interesting is, again, when I just finished saying that they take their anger out on the feminine, 1313, displacement and morning dew girl, and she's taking the crap, collecting it, and she's tired of it. Look at her face. She's not a happy camper. It's been a lot. Interesting how the flower and the car kind of match colors too. And there's so much love that the feminine has for the masculine. There really, really is. There really is. Okay, what else is there for displacement? Be aware of how your inability to confront a source of frustration may be causing a breakdown in other relationships that you value. That sacred space. Displacement may also call your attention and awareness of being someone's punching bag when they're stressed out or in a state of shame. Depending on your situation, it may be an opportunity to extend empathy and compassion, or you may need to consider if the relationship is worth maintaining. And maybe there's a work situation, a family member that's doing this to the masculine. I don't feel that the feminine is causing him that anger. She is just an easy target. She's an easy target. But at the same time, the feminine might be defending herself. She might be talking back. She might be taking a stand. She might be like, you know what? I'm tired of the anger that you're giving me and misdirecting your energy at me, towards me. And now she's going to speak up. She is wearing blue. I interpret that for like throat chakra. She's willing to speak up. There's a star on her throat, right? This courage, this speaking up is twofold though. It's to let all the masculine know about what she's displeased with in his treatment of her, but also an opportunity for real courage to share how she feels. She might be tired of doing that, to be very honest. But if we're going to be honest and speak our truth, we're going to speak all of it. Let's look at the 28. Can you hear me? That's calling to me for some reason. Can you hear me? Yeah, you see, it's loneliness. The feminine is tired of being lonely. It's a cry for help. And so is the masculine's displacement. If only they could just make the choice, the decision to talk and clear the air. But so much has transpired here. So much has transpired. Okay, let me, you know what, I'm going to get a healing circle. I'm not going to end the reading because I haven't even pulled any tarot, like, for them. So I'm going to pull a healing, what should I do? I'm going to pull a healing circle for each section. So one for the masculine, one for the feminine, and one for the connecting energy, and see if there's any alignment between them. Okay. All right. And I don't know if the person's watching. I know that you asked me to kind of list the cards that I'm using in the deck. This is my Circles of Healing deck by Alana Fairchild. This is the Wandering Star Tarot by Kat Pierce. This here is the Urban Crow Oracle by M.J. Cullinan. And then this, oh no, that's wrong. This is the Oracle of Mystical Moments on this side, okay? Okay, we didn't even touch on sacred space, but we will. Okay, I was thinking masculine when I said that. Let's do feminine. I'm feeling this card here for feminine. Here. And then let's do connecting energy, please. The connecting energy. This is not a message for everybody. Just want to say that. Nope. Too many. Let's do that again. Can I have one card for the connecting energy, please, God? One card. Thank you so much. One card. Okay, you've given me 2 cards. I'm going to take it. Is this card bluish? I knew it. I knew it would be. I knew it would be. Because this one is pinkish. So, ooh, that's so interesting. Okay, I'm going to... Okay. No, I'm not going to read it. I'm not. I'm going to wait. I'm going to turn these over. I don't want to see them yet. Okay. So... this sacred space, is there anything else that I need to look at? Warning, just a warning that the masculine needs to heed. You must heed, you must pay attention. Because that's not being done. They've been given so many chances, and the feminine is really, really tired. Yes. I will do this deck here. I love this deck. I pull it out any chance I get. Energy archaeology. What is it that the masculine and feminine energies need to know to try and bridge... Should I say bridge the gap? Give me 1 second. I have a video that's going up and it looks like it might be ready. Okay. Let's close this. YouTube Creator Studio. Bear with me. Yes! Oh, I have to select the file. Okay. I hope this is it. I hope this is right. Today. 1. Is this right? Videos. Let me just go to videos and be sure. Yeah. Downloads. Video playback. Oh, I hope this is right. Videos. Downloads. Sorry, folks. I just want to know that this is going to upload properly. I think so. And if not, then I'll have to do it again. Okay, let's go back to the top here. Because I could have sworn... Let me just hit cancel for a second. Okay. We don't want that. We know that we're signed in already. Sorry, folks, just hold on. We can close that. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna, well, I did say export it. Yeah, this is it. I'm gonna say this is it. That's it. Let's close that. And I hope that this is right. Upload. Select. Sorry folks, just bear with me, bear with me. I got another great pick a card video for you. I hope this is it. Oh my Lord, if it's not. Because sometimes my video uploads funny. And I don't know why. Okay, next. 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 Unlisted, yes. Okay. Alright, okay, I'm back. Alright, so what was I doing? What was I saying? Oh, I don't remember what I was saying, but I am looking for some kind of explanation. Ooh, I can go real deep. Hold on. I'm gonna get my blind spot cards. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna get into it now. We're getting into it. And then I got this deck, the blind spot. Oh God. Okay. The blind spot. That deck will kick your tail. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on my energy archaeology. I'm not gonna take that out yet. We're gonna go blind spot. Okay. All right. So, there's so much love here. I just want to say that I could feel it. But this love is shrouded in pain and disappointment and hurt and a lack of faith. I don't know how this is going to end out. I really don't. I don't know where this is going. I know once the blind spot cards come out, Lord God. So, I'm asking, and you never clear these cards, eh? These cards are supposed to get as dirty and mucky as they can with life and different energies to really make them come to the fore and all of that. So, I do love this smell. What should my question be, God? Well, what is preventing? Not preventing, no. What is the major thing that the masculine energy person, man, should do in order to minimize the divide between the masculine and the feminine? So what is the major thing that the masculine needs to consider that he's doing, or that is occurring, that is impeding him? What is the blind spot that is impeding the masculine. There we go. What is the blind? Okay, well, that's like 3 things. The explanations are very long, so I'm looking for a tight card, meaning, you know, God, I don't want to tell you what to do. But if you can give me one card, because we're still going to have energy archaeology, we still have the healing circles. One card on what the masculine needs to be cognizant of. Ah, that's it. Cognizant of to bring this together. Because I'm telling you, when these two people get, it's fire. It's a beautiful story. I feel like this is a test of unconditional love here. It's a test of unconditional love. And this is a very, it's a hard test. It's a hard test. But it's one that can be passed if you wish to pass it. In order to pass it, it requires compassion on both sides, understanding, and forgiveness and acceptance. That's what it is. There is a lack of acceptance, more so on the masculine side than the feminine side. Like, she's accepting what's happening, but she doesn't fully accept it. She's still disappointed, still hurt, still feeling unheard, ignored, overlooked. But the reason this happened for the feminine, to be clear, so that she could find her voice, so she could start defending herself, so that she could really, what do I want to say? 2 minutes left? What is this? Okay. So that she could learn to defend herself. She hasn't always been able to do that. In a lot of ways, the feminine has been a bit of a doormat, right? Lying down, just taking it, sucking down the pain. And she's not willing to do that anymore. The situation with the masculine has given her a level of courage, bravado, if you will, self-confidence. It helped her to find her voice, right? It helped her to find her voice. It gave her the strength to make the choice that she needed to make that was good for her. That's a big deal. Instead of being overly concerned all the time with the masculine and catering to him all the time. Being overly concerned about him when he showed none. He had no regard for the sacred space, knowing it was sacred. The masculine displaced himself from this union. But she did too. It's not blame, it's just, life and learning. Life and learning. Whoa. Well, this one is for the masculine. Let me just gather all these back up. 77. It's funny, I did a reading earlier for the full moon in Leo, and I was getting like 777, 333, all over the place. No, 777 and 444 is what it was. This one here is for the feminine, okay? I don't think I want to pull a blind, I don't know yet if I need to pull a blind spot for this connecting energy. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. So as you can see with these cards, they're very abstract. It came to the creator of the cards in their dreams, shamanic dreams. I have no idea what these mean. I'm not about to make up any BS interpretations. I am going to go to the book. Okay. So I just finished saying how I got the number 777 earlier in a reading and then 333. And here we have 77 and 33. So you know what I would tell you? I would tell you to go look at my reading. I'm going to say as of today, but by the time you see this, it might be tomorrow and it will be yesterday, with regards to the full moon in Leo. And I feel like I want to say pile 1 was 777 and pile, I don't know, either pile 2 or 3 was 333. But you should check that too, because that there is a message from God on what you actually need to be doing in order to move forward from whatever the situation is that you're in. But it's interesting that these have come up the way that they have. Just want to say that. Okay, let's get on to the what's up with the masculine. What he needs to consider in order to bridge this gap about himself. Upset. Wow. It says here, if you've drawn this sigil, minano, you do not have real clarity about why you are upset. Remember this displacement card, right? Interesting. When you most definitely are, improvement in the situation will happen once you can admit to the fact that you are upset and clearly understand why. Upset is your internal guidance system telling you that at this moment, an aspect of your life is out of alignment with what you, with what you desire. I think I burnt myself on that candle. If your emotions were a compass, and upset is your compass alerting you, warning, look at that. This feeling of displacement and isolation is a warning that you have moved off a due north course. You have moved off from home. That's what that is saying to you. When you feel upset, it is critical to know that you cannot control this emotional upset once it has occurred. You can only respond to it, and that response is displacement. You understand? You see what's going on here? It is how you respond to an upset that makes a difference between going further off your course or back onto it. And that is the warning. The warning is that the masculine is off course, and if you keep going in this direction, you're going to be completely off. You're going to be completely not due north. There's a call and a request for you to look unto yourself. I feel like I want to turn this healing card over now. Where do I start? It has 444 on here. That's my number. You know why I do 444? Love is Patient 444 is because as a kid, even as an adult, I would always peek up at the clock or whatever turn, and I'm seeing 444 all the time. All the time. All right. It says here 444, sacred manifestation ensured. 444. Archangel Metatron, 444, secret manifestation ensured. Your work is to look up what 444 means to you and the role of Archangel Metatron. Okay, Google, tell me about Archangel Metatron. Okay, never mind. You didn't understand. Keep not understanding. Anyway, that's your work to do. Okay? It says here that when we do not use an upset to alert us, warning, to awaken or become fully aware, observation, we tend to immediately, unconsciously react to the situation at hand, displacement. For example, we slam doors or smoke a cigarette or yell at people or take an action that we feel gives us power over someone else. I just finished talking about that with the masculine and the feminine. All this does, it makes it worse. An upset is in fact a setup. It is a setup on behalf of the universe at large. Universe, Metatron, sacred manifestation, observation. Remember what I said about the spider and the crow? You are being set up to awaken. You are being set up to integrate what is unintegrated, or heal what is unhealed within you. Four of Swords. Okay? Because it is a setup. Acknowledge that this is not the universe working against you. This universe is offering you an opportunity. Yes. It's alerting you to an opportunity to wake up, masculine. You can treat an upset like an alarm clock going off, a red flag popping up, or a meditation bell. Approach it with the attitude that you're being called to become aware of something in that moment. Observation. You must address each upset with the awareness that the upset is valid. It isn't a matter of whether it's right or wrong to feel that way, so let yourself feel the feelings completely without suppressing them. Without suppressing them. Yes. You need to make sure that's charged for tomorrow. Okay. I need more water.
I put Sage to bed.
Okay. Is he crying? Okay. Thank you. Good night. Where was I? Okay. So it's saying here, let yourself feel your feelings completely without suppressing them or trying to force them to go away. So check this out. So, sorry, this is part 2 of the reading. Is my phone dying? I hope not. Let's keep going. So, what's happening here? Oh, you know what? Hold on. Why is it so dark? Okay. It says here, check this out. The recipe of upset: an intention or desire that is opposed or prevented, an expectation that has been unfulfilled, an unsuccessful communication. And you know why the masculine is upset? Because he's not home, he's not in his sacred space. He has chosen to displace himself, right? At first it was he made the choice to isolate himself from the feminine, to displace himself, to find every other thing to be of importance. And now that the feminine is in a position where she's tired and doesn't want to participate in this, he's now realizing the value of what he had. And that is why he's upset, and he's taking his anger out on her. Look. Now I'm going to do something. I'm going to... Is this video ready? This is no good either. You see? So it is about to be the full moon in Leo, and I thought I would do... Yeah, sorry folks to interrupt. I'm just going to let this go as it is. I tried to fix it, and I'm not redoing this. It takes so long to upload a video. Oh, YouTube can actually do better. They really, really can. Okay, so yes, so the masculine is upset, and he's not clear about why he's upset. But somewhere in his subconscious, he understands that he's upset about where things are with the feminine. And that's why he snide and makes remarks and ignores and ghosts and does all that nonsense. But the truth of the matter, he's upset with himself. He's the source of his own upset. So that's what he has to realize, so that he can come over and Eight of Wands this and communicate his realizations to her. And as an attempt to try and clear the air. He has to make the decision to be willing to do that. To find the what? The courage. To come as a wounded warrior. To try and put some of, not all, but some of your defenses down. In order to have this conversation, which is, quite frankly, going to cause them both a tower moment. You see this? Please. So I don't think I need to keep going here because, oh, geez, like, yeah, that's enough. We get the gist. We get the gist. Now we're going to look and see what the challenge is for the feminine. No, I don't know why. There, that's a little better. All right, let's look at number 33. So what is it for the feminine? Shame. Ooh. Shame is heavy. If you've drawn this card, you're not seeing or admitting to your shame. You need to attend to your shame. Shame is one of the most understood aspects of social behavior. The reason for this is that most people think shame is solely a mental and emotional response to self-diminishing experiences, beliefs, and thoughts. The truth is, shame is much more primal than that, and it's more debilitating. Aww. To understand shame, imagine a sea anemone. If you poke a sea anemone with your finger, it will immediately pinch itself closed. This reaction happens at an instinctual level. Wow. The divine feminine is already talking over here about not feeling heard, right? About closing up, feeling taken for granted, feeling small, you know, this longing, this sadness, maybe even some depression, to be very honest. Yeah, I don't remember what was where, but it in a way, it doesn't really matter. You know, when I see this shell, it's almost like she's cocooning into herself, instinctually closing up, going into her shell, shutting down. And that's why this situation was so important for the feminine to learn how to utilize her voice and speak, to say what she needs, how she feels. It's critical. Really, it is. And again, they're both making really important choices for themselves. It's amazing how this energy is connecting and showing up for both parties. It's wild. 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 Feminine doesn't feel heard. Feminine doesn't feel like she's home. That's the other thing. This guy's displaced and she's like a bird. I don't know where my home is. I don't know where my soul is. Wow. And I feel, I'm going to change this around. I don't remember who was with what, right? But we'll just put that, you know, her there. But I feel like this rose garden, like it's a beautiful thing. It's an unfolding. It lines up in a way, if you will, with the sacred space and the beauty of it and how it needs to be protected. So this nest protects the home. The nest is the home. And this kind of nest would be in a garden. Anyway, let's get back to 33 here. So we're talking about shame. It's visceral compared to your fight or flight mechanism. You don't have to think about jumping out of the way of an oncoming car. When your body perceives a threat, it just reacts. And the thing is, it says that there's only two movements in the universe. You either push something away or you bring something closer. And maybe because the feminine was ashamed and embarrassed, perhaps made fun of by the masculine, made to feel small, the words were very hurtful. She cocooned, she closed off, she hid. Didn't want to be seen. Doesn't want to be seen by the masculine. I told you practically every picture here, her back is to him now. There's a sense of embarrassment, if you will. Shame. You know, I remember in Game of Thrones when, what's her name? Cersei. She had to walk down the street naked as part of her punishment. And all the people were saying, shame, 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 shame. Shame on you for being so stupid. Shame on you for falling for this guy. Shame on you for loving him. Shame on you for continuing to love him. Shame on you for not being strong enough to walk away. Shame on you for not exacting revenge. Shame on you for still having a soft heart towards him. Shame. Shame. Shame on you. You're not a modern day woman. You're not a boss woman. You're weak. Shame on you for letting him run game on you and insult you. Multiple times, not just one time, multiple times. Shame. How can I trust you again? I have to look for my hope elsewhere. I have to look for love elsewhere. Because I can't trust that you will love me and care for me the way in which I need, that I want, that I hope that we could have. Shame. I loved you. It says here, I loved you. To the moon and back. See that? To the moon and back. You were my hope. You were my flower. And all you gave me was darkness and pain and hurt, confusion, loss. You made us enemies. Oy, oy, oy. So emotional. Look at the emotions. Can you hear me? Not even can you hear me. Can you hear the words that I'm saying? Can you hear me? Do you hear me in your dreams? Do you hear me calling out to you? Because the feminine hears him. The feminine hears him. The feminine hears him denying her like 3 times, just like John denied Jesus 3 times. The crow will caw. Okay, Google, volume 4. Okay, Google, what was the bird that was going to crow 3 times when John denied Jesus?
According to Wikipedia, following the arrest of Jesus, Peter denied knowing him 3
Peter.
times. But after the 3rd denial, he heard the rooster crow and recalled the prediction as Jesus turned to look at him.
Rooster. God, a chicken. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. The masculine was too chicken to say what he wanted and ostracized the feminine for expressing herself, her love for him. And now, watch how the tables done turn. The very thing that the masculine was making fun of the feminine for is the very thing he needs. His words displaced him. Now he has to reach out to Archangel Metatron for assistance. Interesting situation here. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. This is one hell of a read, if I do say so myself. Oy, oy, oy. I don't think we really need to keep going. And look how long shame is. Now look, the question here is, what do I feel ashamed of in this situation? What about the situation makes me feel like a bad person or defective or not good enough or wrong? The feminine's question, was I wrong for loving you? What is wrong with me that you don't love me back? Those things still plague her mind, even though she's moving on with a white rose of hope. Right? Even though she's moving on, that cloud still remains. Still remains. It's still there in the shadows. It says here that you're to spend time with the parts of you that you have pushed away and to pull them closer. It will benefit you. will benefit you. This could also be a situation of a mother and a child, because it gives this example here. A mother and a child, you know, the infant has negative emotions towards her. The mother can't handle it. She decides something must be wrong with her or the child. And they can't handle the shame. And maybe this is something that's springing up from the feminine's childhood. Let's see what the heal. Oh, let me make this wide again. Let's see what this healing circle is. I relax into playful imagination and open a flow of healing inspiration and uplifting divine guidance. Let me read that again. I relax into playful imagination and open a flow of healing inspiration and uplifting divine guidance. Yeah, this feminine is trying to move from this stagnant energy and to become more aligned with her purpose and her intention and finding fulfillment and joy and love and not staying here, which is why her back is turned to him. The feminine is all about her healing. She hasn't forgotten the masculine. She doesn't hate the masculine. She is just focused on putting the pieces back together again. My God. This is love season. The connecting energy here, it says, wow, 11:11 answered prayer. 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 Their prayers will be answered. What's this one? So if you pay attention, we have 77 and 33, right? And this, to me, feels like, you know, a new beginning. New beginnings. Then you have 444. Then you have 11:11. A lot of synchronicities with those numbers. Okay, where do we start? So, Diamond Chakra. Wheel of Fate. Signals time to realign and contemplate. Balance attained. Blessed outcomes ordained. Let me tell you why this card is important. You must go to my Leo reading. My full moon in Leo reading. You must. Because this diamond chakra came out. The diamond chakra is linked to the crown chakra, which is the receiving end of information that gets downloaded to you, and it's linked to your, you know, your brain and all that kind of stuff. This, you need to go. You need to go to that pick a pile, new moon in Leo, and you pick your pile. You pick your pile. And you might very well end up watching 2 out of the 3 or all 3, to be very honest with you. Wow. The feminine's prayer would be that she and the masculine could reconcile and have the vision that she wanted. The masculine's prayer is to come back to the sacred home that he forsook and played like he didn't care about. They know what their job is. She has to continue to work on her shame. He has to continue to figure out what is really upsetting to him and not just throwing his emotions all over the place and burping and farting it out on people that don't deserve the pain. But his pain is because he wasn't honest with what he wanted. He didn't value it. Now he values it. And her pain came from not having boundaries. So she has taught him to value people, and he has taught her how to speak up for herself. Honestly, really, truly. Wow. Wow, people, wow, wow. I was not expecting this as the reading, I have to tell you. Wow. So you know what? I didn't even pull any tarot. Honestly, I'm not going to. This story speaks for itself. So I think what I'll do later on is, hold on, let me pause. Let me just get direction and not me going off on my own tangent and thoughts. Just give me a moment. Let me drink some water while I wait for God to speak to me. What should I do next? What I was going to do, that I didn't do, thank you for reminding me, was the energy archaeology. Okay. Which is this deck. Beautiful, 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 amazing deck. Can I get a message for the masculine, please? Actually, hold on. Do I want that? No, I don't. Both masculine and feminine have received their respective messages. We need something to unify them. We have answered prayer and we have blessed outcome ordained. Let's have a card that speaks to the 1111 answered prayer and the blessed outcomes ordained diamond chakra, wheel of fate, time to realign and contemplate and balance attained. Please give me a card that speaks to that energy, because we want to hear about this answered prayer. We want to hear about the blessed outcomes ordained and the diamond chakra, and how these energies, this connecting energy between the masculine and feminine, what is our takeaway message on that, please? Thank you, God. Thank you for this message. This is a love message. Love is not, skip it in fairy tales and whatever. These two love each other so much that whether they realize this in the earthly realm, in the spiritual, ethereal, worldly realm, they are assisting one another. And this is loving. This is helping them, each other, come to themselves, to learn more about themselves, to awaken, to speak your voice and represent yourself and have boundaries and have standards. To understand that you don't just trample on people and that you are not entitled to just throw up your emotions on folks and leave it to them to deal with. You are not to belittle people just because at some point in your life you felt that you've been belittled. No. Hurt people may hurt people, but it's not okay. Can I have a card, please, God? Answered prayer 1111 and blessed outcome ordained. Blessed outcome ordained. Diamond chakra. Answered prayer. Answered prayer. Answered prayer. What does this say? Woo! Expectation is what the card says. Now, like on my phone, there was a thing where the light was on, and now it's not on anymore, which is really annoying because this is kind of hard to see. Maybe if I increase the brightness on my computer here, that will help. Brightness, change brightness level, yes. Just give me a moment. Hopefully, it's pretty bright already. Okay, well, we'll live. So, this is expectation. This is the maxilla and temporal. maxilla, for some reason I'm thinking mouth and mind, like, ooh, speak your mind, but we'll see. We'll see what that is. So that is expectation, and yeah, they have expectations. There's no question about that. Where is the book? Where's that book? Oh, there it is. Expectation. This should be good, honey. A, B, C, D, E, F. Here we go. Expectation. Okay, y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? So it says here, and it's kind of hard just with the lighting, it says you can become stuck in expectation. But remember, there is no such thing as a block. Only something you're not willing to allow. Oh, shit. Oh, what do they say? Ah, sucky, sucky now. Ooh, blind spot. And it's beautiful that we got the blind spot. There's no such thing as a block. There's only something it's only something you're not willing to allow. Now, that's not horrible. That's not horrible. Woo! Okay. So when it's in balance, it's foundational and it's guiding. When it's out of balance, it is entrenched and constraining. It says that the maxilla is the bone of the upper jaw. Right? So, right there. Consisting of two irregular bones that fuse below the nose. It forms the upper jaw, hard palate, lower eye socket, and sinuses. The temporal bone contains the middle and inner portions of the ear, articulates with the mandible, and creates the lower side walls of the skull. Okay. It says your maxilla and temporal bones are the earth element bones of the skull. When in alignment, they ground and stabilize the cranial and facial energy pathways. When out of balance, they can store unsupportive frequencies, which lends embodied meaning to being between a rock and a hard place. And that's where they both are, but more so the masculine than the feminine. The feminine is trying to come out from behind the rock. Okay. The temporal bone primarily stores energies from the cranium, affecting the cranial energetic pathway and grounding your identity, dreaming, Four of Swords, and inspiration. The maxilla primarily stores energies from the orbital sockets and mandible, affecting the frequencies of informating, visiting. Did I say informating? I meant informing, visiting, and allowing. So that's the energy part. But this is the real stuff here, the wisdom. Expectation can feel stabilizing. It creates an argument, both energetically and logically, that since something that has occurred before, it will likely happen again. A pattern will repeat. A behavior can be anticipated. Familiar actions will bring familiar results. And that is what the feminine doesn't want. She doesn't want to know that she took the risk to open her heart again to find out that she's getting the same old bullshit. The same old hurt, the same old disrespect, the same old name calling, the same old insults, the same old being left, the same old watching the masculine go off and do whatever he's doing, the same old masculine ghosting her again. She don't want it. She not want it at all. But then the masculine has his own expectations. I feel like the masculine, I feel like he's not exactly up to snuff. He too is concerned about the expectations, but the low expectations he has for himself, because he believes he has an inability to meet the higher expectations of the feminine. That's also another issue, but you know, hey, that's me going off. That's not the book. Here we go. Expectation carves rules into the earth element and expects them to stay as they are. Ooh. Oh. There has to be an allowing. That is why allowing is so much. You need to allow the expectations of both the masculine and the feminine to step aside. Which is why the Tower is here. A decision has to be made to allow for the breaking of strongholds, because that is what is contributing to the divide. And if it is that both the masculine and the feminine want the answered prayer, that's what they will need to do. They will need to break this foundation of expectation. They will need to break the expectation of, well, he did this before. Well, I don't think I'll be good at this. They need to show up anew, and that is why that foundation is being broken. And that is also why courage is required, because this will be challenging, but it will also be worth it. Damn. Answered prayer. If what you guys both want is this sacred space in this beautiful rose garden, and this allowing and this flow between you, then there's an absolute requirement that you allow this relationship to fall away as you knew it, so that it can come back. As an answered prayer. And then you see this coming down through the cranium. This is that diamond chakra, as I was talking to you about the crown. Blessed outcomes ordained. This is ordained, people. It is ordained. And again, understand, there are billions upon billions of people in the world. I think it's supposed to be over 8 billion now. Let's see. Okay, Google, how many people, what is the worldwide population?
In 2021, the population of the world was 7,888,408,686.
Okay. So, okay, Google, what is the population of the world in 2023?
On the website census.gov, they say the projected world population on January 1st, 2023 is 7,942,645,086, an increase of 73,772,634, or 0.94% from New Year's Day 2022.
2022. Okay, so we might be there, but we're close, okay? 8 million is close enough. 8 million people ain't hearing this message. 8 million? That can't be right. It must be 8 billion. Okay, Google, please repeat. Okay, Google, repeat. And it's not going to. It's so annoying when it does that. Anyway, it's 8 billion, 7 billion, 900 million, whatever. All those people are not hearing this message. And even those that do, it's not necessarily for you, but it will be for a lot of you, because my channel is small, right? So when I'm speaking and delivering this message, and if it's resonating, I am speaking directly to you. The 10, 20, maybe 30 people that will see this. You understand me? Out of 8 billion people. This message is very targeted, very specific. Wow. The bridging energy here is that they both have expectations, both of themselves, one based in shame, one based in upset, and expectations of the other, meaning you've hurt me before, and I don't trust you, the feminine is saying, and I've been embarrassed by you, and you've dragged my name through the mud. And the masculine is saying, you know, he's upset, and he doesn't even know why he's upset, but he doesn't want to do what he needs to do, which is the work to go inside and look at his emotions. because men often hide behind anger or upset. And that is the word that, to me, women have all sorts of names for emotions. I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm bloated, I'm despondent, I'm feeling melancholy, I'm euphoric, I am enlivened, I'm depressed, I'm lonely, I'm feeling sexual. Men know these, okay? Hungry, angry, bored, horny. You see them 4 words compared to all the things I just listed off for women? The advice to the masculine is to take some time and learn and try and separate and identify the different emotions that you have, because not everything is linked to upset. It's just not. And it is not the feminine who is the only thing that is upsetting you. That's just not the case. It just is not. Okay? It just isn't. Period. Done. Let's go on with this expert. This is really good. This is really good. Okay. Oh man, you know what? Do I have to stitch together? I'm wondering if I have to stitch together those 2 readings because they broke off. I want it to be just one. Anyway, not important. So where are we here? Expectation. Okay, stabilizing. A behavior can be anticipated. Familiar actions will bring familiar results. Okay, so expectation carves rules into the earth element and expects them to stay as they are. It pleads for stability over innovation. I'm hearing mind over matter also with this image. Mind over matter. You have to change your mind for the matter to also change, for the situation to change. It says you can be stuck in expectation, but remember, energy is always flowing. There's no such thing as a block, only something you're not yet willing to allow. Change your vision, dreams. Walk a new route, have new conversations, take a risk on that idea, follow your dreams. Sometimes a small movement is all you need to create flow from stagnancy. That's the right word. The energy between the masculine and feminine is stagnant because they are working on old paradigms and not allowing the grace, opportunity, space, and room to see that the other person can change, can evolve, and they both have to be willing and brave enough to have the necessary conversation to try and break through and to tear down this wall, because this tower is also not just their individual tower, but it's a collective, a joint tower that they must both chip away at. They must both chip away at this in order to bring in their answered prayer and a blessed outcome ordained, because this connection is meant to be. Period. Full stop. It says release the illusion of expectation and see what opens to you. So, a few questions for you. Which expectations am I ready to release? And I'm going to add about myself and the other person and the situation, okay? That's what you need to do. Contemplate the difference in energy between expectation and standards. That's definitely for the feminine. That is the message for the feminine. What expectations do I have about myself? Do they align with the life I am cultivating, or are they in the way? That is a question for the masculine. And for both of them, where can I bring movement into my life to help subtly shift out of expectation and release stagnancy? Man, this reading should be hitting thousands of people. Thousands. It really, really should. This was good. Good. It was good. It was a good reading, yes. Woo! loved it. Ooh, I feel like I've been reading all day long, I tell you. Listen, there's nothing more for me to say here. You know what you need to do? I would do anything for love. I would do anything for love. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. But I won't do that. Better think about that. Better think about that. Archangel Metatron is on the scene, people. This is an answered prayer. 1111. Look out for that. Look out for 1111. Look out for 444. Look out for 77 and 33. This is a blessed outcome ordained, honey. And I relax into playful imagination and open a flow of healing, inspiration, and uplifting divine guidance. And again, there are no blocks. It's only what you will allow. Amen to that. Amen, amen, and amen to that. I love this. I love this. I love reading tarot. I do. I do. I know I sound like a kid. I'm super excited. I just love doing it. I love it when the cards just come how they come, how God delivers the message, and that there can really be healing, and it can help to guide people. Oh, this was beautiful. Beautiful. I don't care. Y'all need to be giving me some thumbs up, honey. Thumbs, likes, shares, whatever. All of it. I don't care. An emoji, a check mark, a heart, just something. This was fantastic. Fantastic. Anything worth having. And although there's some difficulty and some disappointments and all that, there's so much love here. There's so much desire. You know what? Hold on. Where's that deck? Just gonna give you a little taste. A little taste. Because I feel passion in this reading. I feel passion. I do, I feel it. Give me a card, God, give me a card. Give me something here. Give me something here. This is the erotic tarot. This girl is getting down. She's feeling the vibe, feeling it. She is. This is successful completion, honey. Successful completion. Mission accomplished, right? As much as you want the other person, don't forget this is also about you too. It's also about you because this relationship is transforming. That's the death card. It's transforming. It's not going to be the same. And you, feminine, have the ability to usher in what it is that you want. I just had a real dirty thought. You know you want that snake. It's not only about that, because you guys really do have the bones of a beautiful rebuilding. Like, the world is supporting you. The universe is supporting you. Let me just look up something, because I can't say that I know about Archangel Archangel Metatron. Okay, so he's in the Bible. So Metatron is in the book of Enoch. It identifies him as the angel that led the people of Israel through the wilderness after their exodus from Egypt. It describes him as a heavenly priest. You know why that's kind of interesting? Honestly, this masculine was isolated and displaced. Oh shit. Oh my God. This masculine was isolated and displaced. And remember at the beginning of the reading, I said this is like God, the divine, looking at the masculine here, looking at the web that they weaved. And Archangel Metatron has shown up to lead the masculine out of the wilderness. Not just the masculine, the feminine as well. I'm just saying that because the card landed on his side. But this is divinely supported. This is answered prayer. And believe it or not, I believe the masculine has been praying about how to get out of this, how to fix, how to rectify, how to come to himself, how to, and not necessarily in those words, but his soul has been groaning to God. That energy that he's sending, the pain that he is in. This angel led the Israelites through the wilderness after their exodus. Was it 40 years they spent? Okay, Google, how many years did the Israelites spend in the desert? I think it was 40.
40 years.
Yeah.
According to Wikipedia, for 40 years, the Israelites wandered in the wilderness, eating quail and manna. They were led into the promised land by Joshua. The victory at Jericho marked the beginning of possession of the land. As victories were won, the tracts of land were assigned to each tribe, and they lived peacefully with each other.
I'm just seeing if there's anything else here. The other thing is that it says here that Metatron was the angel that God chose to take down his notes into the tablets known as words of God. I don't know if that means the 10 Commandments or why did... It's interesting. Interesting. Interesting, 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 interesting. Interesting for a number of reasons. Being in the wilderness, this masculine has been in the wilderness. So is the feminine. Don't get it twisted. They've both been in the wilderness. And they're both being divinely guided to their own ascension and learning and expansion. 40 days and 40 nights. It's interesting that would come up, and it's 444. 40 days, 40 nights. And I feel like it's about to be, what is it? Is it Lent? Is it 40? I should do something for Lent. Not because of any religion, but just a way of praying and fasting and giving God thanks and gratitude and appreciation. Okay, Google, when does, the 40 days for Easter start? Lent. Is it not going to answer me? Okay, Google, when does Lent begin?
Ash Wednesday will be on Wednesday, February 22nd.
February 22nd. Okay, Google. Okay, Google, how long is Lent?
40 days.
Yeah.
On the website parade.com.
Okay, so February 22nd. Okay, Google, what is 40 days from February 22nd?
It's Monday, April 3rd, 2023.
Okay, Google, stop. April 3rd.
I'm still not sure what you mean, so nothing was
Stop. Stop. February 22nd to April 3rd is 40 days. There's something there, people, but I've been on for so long. I just did another reading that was practically 3 hours, the pick a pile for New Moon and Leo. You should watch that, truthfully. 40 days. And we have Archangel Metatron. I almost feel like I want to say to you, okay, Google, what's 40 days from today?
It's Wednesday, March 15th, 2023.
So sometime between March 15th and April 3rd, I am believing for a shift for you in this relationship, in this answered prayer. So feminine, your white rose of hope, keep it lit and work to remove the doubt, okay? Work on the element of shame that has had you trapped and had you responding and reacting viscerally because you've been taking everything personally when it's not all the time personal from the masculine. They're going through their own stuff. But you are connected, so you feel that. Oh my goodness. Archangel Metatron in the reading. Holy cow. Wow. This is something. There's something. This is something. And even, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 of these healing cards. This time period from March 15th until April 3rd is a time for you to focus on your healing, to prepare you to remove the stronghold of expectations that have plagued this relationship. Where is it now? Here. You are going to spend 40 days and nights doing what you can to work on your mindset and to make sure that your mind and your voice are aligned so that you are moving as one. So when it's time for you guys to have this conversation and share this news, you'll be in a position where you've been healed and you can have it and it won't be as challenging, and you're willing and able to be courageous because you've come to yourself, if you will. And it's a choice you got to make. But that is your assignment. However you want to take it. You want to make it longer. You want to go from now until April 3rd. You want to do it up till March 15th, whatever variation. But the bottom line is you need to work on the expectations that you have, because this real love, I'm looking for real love. You have that here. Someone to set my, I hope I don't get like copyrighted. These are not my songs. That's Mary J. Blige. I'm giving credit where credit is due. Nelly Furtado, Like a Bird, not my song. I go crazy when I look in your eyes. I still go crazy. Let me get that song for you. I go crazy. Paul Davis, I think is his name. Yes. You say he satisfies your mind. Something like that, right? I can't play it long. I gotta stop it, right? I gotta stop it and talk, because I think that's the way that you don't get in trouble. What's this part? Yeah. Oh my God. This is the song you need to listen to. Oh, shit. Well, I want to play it. I don't want to get in trouble. Okay, so this is Paul Davis. I Go Crazy. This is not my song. Oh, when did he die? Yeah, this is a great song. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna play it. Ooh! Shit. I still go crazy. I gotta stop it. Listen. Listen, feminine, listen, masculine. Do the work. Oh my God. I am feeling rekindled here. When I get off here, I'm listening to the song. It's gonna be on repeat while I sleep. There's a message here. Feminine. If you're wondering if your masculine still wants you, he does. He loves you. And masculine, if you're wondering, is she really gone? She doesn't want to go. Stop playing the ass. Woo! It's a good thing I'm not yet monetized. They'll probably give me, a copyright strike or something for this. I hope they don't, but they might. But damn it, this reading was worth it. Worth it. Woo! Okay, so I'm gonna go. I thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Oh my gosh, this is a love message. This is a love message. Woo! Shoot! Man, I could run the building. All right, listen. What do I always say? If you watch me, you know. Remember to be blessed and to be a blessing.